Hello there, everybody. I'm Pär from Sabaton, and you're gonna watch an interview with me and Ornella from COMEBACKSTAGE.
Hi Pär, thank you very much for your time. How are you doing?
I'm doing very good. Thank you very much.
Sabaton has its 20th anniversary these days, this year. So can you tell me a bit of the band story? I know it's quite a long one, but maybe you can tell us a bit.
Oh wow. Okay, I guess we start out like most bands do. We just hang out and party, and then we talk about starting a band, and then we get on. I think we had a very ambitious band already from the beginning. We had high visions from the band, and a lot of people already saw us as kind of a band who took things to another level, even on a local basics. And as time goes along, the band evolves constantly and reaches new things, but we never changed the concept of the band, what we really wanted to do with it, like we wanted to take it all the way. And we are still not all the way, but we are working our way there. um, but there's so much to do, so much we have done. I'm actually working on some kind of look back for the 20 years anniversary, which is not gonna be like a book or a movie or anything. It's just more at the moment. It's just for me to think about all the things we have done, and to come up with and to look in the mirror a little bit. It's absolutely amazing. We have a museum in our headquarters. We have so many gifts, we have so many memories, and each gift comes with some kind of memory. Each item in our museum has a memory, each song has a memory. And to tell some of these stories in Sabaton History Channel that we are doing is a part of sharing those memories.
That's great.
So uh, there is a lot to it, that's for sure.
I can imagine. And you're releasing your ninth studio album in July. How can I imagine the creation process? Like, how did you get to the idea? How was the songwriting process? Who wrote the songs? How did you record it? And so on.
Very often we start with an idea for an album. We have already several topics and ideas what we're gonna do also in the future. And when we decide upon a topic, then the songwriting starts. Songwriting will take place during a couple of months, where it's intense songwriting. At the same time, we're also like searching for topics. At this time, it was quite simple. We decided to go for World War One, and there's so much talks of it since it was 100 years ago. So there's so much talks about it, so many fans emailing us. So we have a lot of inspiration to that. And then eventually, when we are about 2 weeks to enter the studio and start recording, we have all the demo songs and we have a lot of topics, and then we try to pair them and match them before we start to write the final lyrics. And I think so this was not a huge difference from the past. Perhaps on the last stand, we changed everything in last minute. We didn't do that this time. And I think also that the research process here was not that difficult, because we had also by our side great historians, thanks to the Sabaton History Channel, which we have started now, where we have 3 historians, which we can ask for guidance and ask for facts. That's amazing. And I think so. The research was not that difficult, especially concerning that Indiana just did his YouTube channel called The Great War, where he covered the story of World War One in over 600 episodes.
Wow.
So
That's huge.
yeah, it's pretty big. And so we had a lot of information already.
And who writes the songs in your band? Who writes the lyrics?
Lyrics are written by me and the singer Joachim, and we work together on the concept and we write the lyrics together.
And the music, like all together, you find yourself in the studio, or how can I imagine that?
Not really. When we enter the studio, most of the stuff is already done. So main songwriter of the band is our singer Joachim, and then he works together with whoever fits for the specific song or has an idea for a song, and he makes sure it all sounds Sabaton, even whatever it sounded from the beginning. and then everybody adds a little bit of flavor to the song, and then
Okay.
in the end we go to the studio and record it.
And this time you also started the recording like exactly 100 years after the ending of World War One. Why?
It was a coincidence, actually.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
But yeah, because when we book the studio, we have to book about 1.5 years in advance.
Oh, okay.
And by then we had no idea what we're gonna sing about. We had several different topics, but in the summer when we were sitting down last summer and discussing like what kind of topics or what kind
Yeah.
of will be the subject of the next album, we said if we are actually going for World War One, it will be very close to the anniversary date, 100 years of
Yeah.
armistice, and we thought that's a pretty nice coincidence.
Destiny. Let's talk a bit about the songs. Tell me the story behind the attack of the dead man.
Okay, this is one of those songs we would definitely not know anything about if it was just for us.
Okay.
Sitting in Sweden, this is not something that you would learn
Yeah.
in school or pretty it would be difficult to find this
Yeah.
story. But thanks to a lot of fantastic fans around the world, and they send in ideas constantly, and this was a very, very, very requested topic over many years. We discussed it for years, this song, and to do it. And the music itself is quite funny because part of the song was written for the album Heroes.
Okay.
But we felt it wasn't really a heroic song musically.
Yeah.
So we saved it until the time came when we needed something a little mysterious, a little bit like odd, and it fitted to this topic very perfectly.
Definitely. And do you have like, I know it's like all your babies, but do you have one song on the new record which you like in a special kind of way? And if yes, why?
I like this song, Attack of the Dead Man, because it is a little bit different than most Sabaton songs, and also the topic is very interesting. But of the rest of the songs, they will differ. They will differ the coming times, because at the moment it's so difficult to have like a distance to the music, to the album. It takes a few months after the release before, and playing them a couple of times before we get an idea how they feel like. So, but perhaps it's gonna be the song Great War.
And you have like a big festival season coming up and a big tour. Tell me about that.
Yeah, we have a lot of festivals coming up, and it's looking very exciting for the summer. It's not the heaviest we have done, but also the size of the Sabaton production grows, and we cannot do them sometimes equally often.
Yeah.
So it's but I really look forward to it. I love the fact that Sabaton has the possibility to be a small band and a big band. We can be a big band on a big stage on a big festival where there's a lot of people, and we can be a small band in some place of the world where we can go and play a club show. The last show we played was a smaller, intimate club show with 1,000 fans, and without any like pyrotechnics, without any almost any lights. It was a very scaled down show, and I like the dynamics of this, and that we can do all of them. I mean, there is fantastic thing to look at the ocean of people, but it's also the fantastic thing to be close to the people, and I'm happy we can have both.
The best of both worlds, I would say. And are you planning also to have a big tour, a headliner tour within Europe?
This is something we are working on, and but ideas are too early to talk about it. Now we focus on what we have announced, which is a lot of festivals all around Europe, and we have an American tour in the autumn, and we have a Russian tour which we announced early next year.
And is there like a special country you like to tour most, or would you say that everything has its special kind of ways?
Again, I like the dynamics of it. I like to be in different places, and well, in the countries in the south tend to be very crazy and
Okay.
very loud and very unorganized sometimes. And
Yes.
this has both good and bad things. I like a little bit of chaos in my life.
Yeah.
So I kind of like to could visit to Latin America or things like this. I like it, and the crowd there is amazing as well. So, but to go around, it's also very nice after a while. You know, we live 250 days. I think I travel in a year,
Wow.
and then it's quite nice every now and then to know that I have good food, clean environment,
Yeah.
and a safe environment.
I can
And
imagine.
so to tour, for example, in Germany, it feels safe.
Yeah.
Not only because of I'm not afraid of hostile things. It's more like, you know, you can drink the water, you can
Yeah.
sleep in the bed. You will not be eaten by a bug or eat a bug.
The good things about Germany, you don't need to eat bugs.
Yeah, that's a good thing about Germany. You don't need to eat bugs. Wow, you quote that.
Yeah, definitely. So we arrived at the end of the interview. I have two last questions for you. One would be, if you should convince a young person to listen to rock music, which song would you show him or her and why?
Oh, if it is a Sabaton song. Oh,
whatever.
oh wow.
to be a Sabaton song.
I can't look at what started me, because what started me and the songs that I was excited about, I know that they are not as attractive for a younger audience today, so they would maybe not be attracted to rock music if they would listen to, for example, an early Iron Maiden song.
You think so?
I tend to see that the sound of that time do not represent what the people of today want. We who grew up with it, we cannot imagine the songs with a different sound.
Yeah.
But things change, and so does the way to enter. So it has to be something more modern. If a person will become a metal fan, and then they will find their way back, and then they will also hopefully enjoy what we enjoy when we started to like it. So I think maybe one of my favorite bands today is Battle Beast, and I think they make a more modern take on a classic genre, and they make it very attractive for a new audience.
And do you have a special song in mind?
From them, perhaps the song Black Ninja.
Cool. So we're after the last question. If you could have like a fantasy dinner with three persons of your choice, doesn't matter if alive, dead, fantasy, whatever, who would you invite? Who is at your table?
I think I always wanted to have a big talk with Lemmy, and I missed that.
Great guy.
So perhaps that, and then, oof. What else would there be? I missed the chance to hang out with Dio because our singer's father kicked him out from our tour bus. So maybe a second chance, and then the third one. Yeah, you're welcome.
Whoa, thank you. Very nice. Pär, thank you very much for your time. The last words are yours.
Okay, well, maybe, well, what to say, but thank you very much, and maybe if you can resurrect Lemmy and Dio, then we go for a dinner one day.
Let's do it.